Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with October's biggest physical releases. This is a top 10 of my choices, taking into account hype levels, importance, and also a dollop of my own personal tastes. And boy, was it incredibly tough this month especially, so go easy on my choices and let me know yours in the comments below. We're going in no particular order. Digimon Story, Time Strangers. I feel they could have worked that title out a bit better. You just know people are going to read it as Digimon Story Time, as though it's a children's bedtime book. No one's going to take it seriously. This is a relatively big budget monster collecting JRPG with turn-based battles and more than 450 Digimon to collect. You know, I don't know why I fell off being a Digimon fan. In many ways, as a kid, it was just as cool as Pokemon. I loved them both at one point, but for some reason, I never stuck with the Digimon games or cartoon. But they were so cool back in the day, so I am looking forward to giving this one a shot if I ever have the time for it. It's releasing on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in the next couple of days and will be available in a standard or ultimate edition. Tales of Xillia Remastered. Okay, I didn't intend to show my JRPG bias so quickly in this video, but it was an inevitability. I've never played Xillia before, but I did hear that at the time it was one of the higher thought of games in the series during a time where JRPGs in general were going through a tough time in terms of identity, at least from my perspective. I wonder how long it will take for them to do Xillia 2, but personally I would prefer them to go back to do Abyss, because I might actually be able to complete it this time. In North America, this is getting a physical release on Switch and PlayStation 5, where in Europe it's also getting a copy on Xbox Series X, and if you want it or any of the games in this video, then please do purchase them via the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps support me, this channel, to keep making useful physical content for you guys. VGP are a really nice company and they've got free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, which is like 54 American dollars. Not that much. I really do appreciate the support. Ninja Gaiden 4 is getting a physical release on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 now. There has been a bit of confusion over the physical release, but what we know for sure is that the PS5 version will come with a disc, at least. Will it have downloads? We don't know. And the deluxe edition will come with a disc too, but will have a download code for the deluxe content. It's messy. Anyways, it's been way too long since the last Ninja Gaiden game. I know Koei have been doing spiritual successors once in a while, but it's nice to have the OG back. Brutal games that will fit right in at home with the current Souls-like gaming climate, just hopefully a bit more nimble and satisfying to play, at least for me. Once Upon a Katamari is the latest game in the Katamari series, and the first brand new mainline entry console game in like 15 years almost. That's crazy. And it also means there's quite a bit of pressure on this release. You know, remakes and ports are one thing, but a brand new release, well, it retains the same kind of gameplay as you roll a ball and stick things to it, snowballing it to make it bigger and bigger and bigger to comical levels. It's releasing physically on Switch, PlayStation 5 in North America, and in Europe they are also getting an Xbox Series X release. Pokemon Legends ZA or ZA, I don't know, is releasing physically for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 in a Switch 2 edition. This game does have some controversy around it because, well, it's Pokemon, when doesn't it? But the fact that DLC was announced even before release was the cherry on the controversy cake. However, despite that, there is no getting around the fact that Pokemon is a juggernaut and it will be one of the best selling games on both systems. And the Nintendo Switch 2 edition is an actual cartridge. I don't know if I'm going to be getting this anytime soon, but many people will be. I'll ask my daughter, does she want it? Of course she'll say yes. Turok Trilogy Bundle. Yes, it's getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. My prayers, or more like nagging, have been answered. After Limited Run Games did these individually, we are now getting a nice triple pack in both North America and Europe. And hopefully all 3 games are complete on cart and disc with all the updates. I know 2 of Limited Run's versions don't have all the updates that came later. Minor stuff, but it would be nice to have everything complete. Man, Turok games make modern FPSs look boring. And I know Turok games can be a bit boring sometimes when you're wandering around aimlessly, but what wonderful boredom it is. You can't buy that kind of boredom with modern games. It's a different kind of boredom. Okay, I'm not selling it well, but I do truly like these games a lot. Super satisfying combat against relentless enemies, cool premise, and Night Dive did stellar work bringing these up to have the necessary modern quality of life improvements without taking any of the soul away from it. I can't wait. This triple pack is cheaper than just one of limited runs editions. You're basically making money. Maybe. I'm not a financial advisor. If anything, I'm a financial spender for you. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake is getting a release at the end of October, and boy are many people excited about this. Square Enix are plowing through their library of games, with 7 getting a remake after these two. I have played them, but memories are a bit vague since I played them back to back many years ago, and these remakes are massively extended in terms of content, like new story, new areas, and looking absolutely fabulous. I kind of feel like it was these games that HD 2D was made for. I know it's been a bit overused now, but it suits retro Dragon Quest games so well. I don't know if I'm ever going to find the time to play these, but I know it's going to be very high on people's favorite purchases of the year. It's releasing physically on Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch 2 as a game key. Boo! Before I get into the last batch of games, if you are new here and you love physical video games, you want the industry to still support physical media, then subscribe to this channel, okay? I am a very usable resource. Plus, the bigger this channel is, I am sure publishers will pay attention to the demand for physical, so don't let physicals die. Subscribe. Tomb Raider 4 to 6 Remastered. Look, I know, I like retro games. I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry. And yes, I did throw out another retro game release in order to include this retro release in this video. But what can I say? I am genuinely hyped about picking these up. Here you get the arse end of the first era of Tomb Raider, which aren't considered the best, but I want to play them. And frankly, the first Trilogy remasters were some of my favorite gaming moments at that time. The gameplay looks archaic, but it works so well. The controls are perfect for the setup. Well, maybe not for Angel of Darkness, but at least it's a bit better than it originally was on PlayStation 2. And this is releasing on Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 in a standard and collector's edition for a really affordable price too. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I don't really need to talk about this much, I brought it up in Monday's video. In fact, I started Monday's video with it. While it may not be hugely hyped by most people compared to some other Switch games running up to the end of the year, this is going to sell millions and millions, and I'm extremely looking forward to playing Mario Galaxy 2 for the first time. Somehow, I've never played it before despite not being able to pull myself away from the original game when I used to visit my dad at weekends. Only having a rest when the batteries on the Wiimote died, or the F1 race was on. This is releasing in just a couple of days. Are you ready for it? Ghost of Yotei is releasing super soon. Originally, I was going to do a hyped physicals video about my most hyped physical releases for the rest of the year, and I asked my patrons to offer their most hyped about releases. Now, due to a backlog of projects, that video sadly did not get made, and most of their picks will be out of date by the time I do make it. But the point is, Ghost of Yotei was chosen a few times by my producers, and this is a brand new game from Sucker Punch. It's a AAA PS5 exclusive. That doesn't happen a lot these days in the modern era, where games take like 6 years to be made. I don't have any kind of opinion on this other than it's going to be pretty huge, just from the marketing alone. It's going to be massive. The critical reviews have also been very good. And there we have my 10 biggest physicals for October. Which ones are you looking forward to the most? Which ones do you think I should have added? And which ones do you think I should have ejected? I can already feel some heat towards Tomb Raider and Turok, okay? Let me know in the comments below. And if you somehow managed to watch all the way through, then please leave me a ghost emoji in honor of Ghost of Yotei. Have a fantastic day. Take care.